Detective Hall, when we took our break here, we were just getting into a post-investigative subpoena interview of defendant Irvin. So I'd like to ask you about some statements he made during that interview. Okay. But let me first ask this. When he was making those statements, did he appear to understand what was going on?
Objection calls for speculation, lacks foundation.
Your Honor, I asked based on his appearance and the perception of this witness, I think you can give a lay opinion as to the defendant's appearance.
Objection overruled. You may continue.
With the question one more time.
Did Mr. Irvin appear to be understanding of what was going on?
Yes.
Did he appear responsive in your questions?
Yes.
Did he ever ask to stop the questioning?
No.
Is it fair to say it was kind of a free-flowing conversation with him?
It's accurate.
Did he at any point in time tell you what happened at the home in Jackson Hill?
He did.
Could you tell the court what he told you as it relates to getting to Muskegon?
Yes, Mr. Irving indicated that him and Mr. Robinson came from Detroit to Muskegon together.
Did he give you any description of a vehicle they used to get here?
Yes, I believe it was the Chrysler 300.
Did he indicate it was just the two of them?
Yes, he did, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And did he then go on to tell you what happened in the house?
He did.
Okay. Could you tell the court what he told you?
Yeah, Mr. Irving indicated that him and Mr. Robinson went inside the house. At some point, there were some firearms on the table in the kitchen where they were at. Mr. Irving indicated that Mr. Robinson picked up both of those firearms and began to order the other two gentlemen, Mr. Williams and Mr. Fondren, in the kitchen to, I forget their exact words, I'd have to look at a report, but essentially they know what time it is and to stay quiet.
Did Mr. Irvin then tell you what he did while Mr. Robinson had the guns?
Yeah, Mr. Irving indicated that while Mr. Robinson had, I believe it was Mr. Williams at gunpoint, he attempted to grab his gold chain and his gold watch from this person.
Objection, Judge, I think we need to.
Yeah, if we could be a little more careful about not using he and using the names, please.
So I'll ask this question. Did Mr. Irvin tell you what Mr. Irvin did while Mr. Robinson had the guns?
That's correct, he did.
And what, using names, what did Mr. Irvin do?
Mr. Irving indicated that while Mr. Robinson had them at gunpoint, Mr. Irving attempted to grab the gold chain and watch off of Mr. Williams.
What did Mr. Irvin tell you happened next?
At some point, Mr. Irving indicated a shot was fired. He did not want to indicate who fired that shot.
Did he indicate that shot was fired in the kitchen of the house?
That's correct, I believe that was his indication.
And what did he tell you happened after that shot?
Yeah, after the first shot, and I believe he indicated that Mr. Robinson had pistol whipped Cameron, that Cameron had then run, and at some point him and Mr. Robinson go back to the Chrysler 300.
Did he inform you that they took any?
I'm sorry, who goes back to the Chrysler?
Sorry, Your Honor, Mr. Irving and Mr. Robinson went back to the Chrysler 300.
Thank you.
What, if anything, did Mr. Irvin tell you about how Mr. Fondren got shot?
How Mr. Who got shot?
Fondren.
Thank you.
When asked who had shot Mr. Fondren, Mr. Irving indicated he didn't kill anybody. He actually indicated that he felt sorry for Mr. Fondren because he really didn't do anything.
Okay, so at some point after the shots are fired, Mr. Irvin told you that him and Mr. Robinson make it back to the vehicle, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Did he tell you if they took anything from the house back to the vehicle?
They brought guns back to the vehicle with them.
Did he indicate whose guns?
I believe Mr. Irving indicated that the guns were the Muskegon subjects.
What, if anything, does he tell you happens when they're in the vehicle?
Sure. As Mr. Irving indicated that at some point there, him and Mr. Robinson briefly left the vicinity of 633 Jackson, and then they went back.
And when he said left, did he mean on foot or in a different way?
Good question. They were in the Chrysler 300.
In your investigation, were you able to corroborate that part of Mr. Irvin's statement with any other evidence?
Yes, I believe so.
Objection. I'm gonna call for some contents of video evidence not produced, 1002.
Well, Your Honor, it's not video evidence that I'm offering. If I could ask my next foundational question, which was going to be, what was that evidence? It's not video evidence, and it is, in fact, an exhibit that's been identified by the people. It would be People's Proposed Exhibit 19, which is an extraction report from Mr. Robinson's cell phone.
Well, do you wanna move to have that admitted, or?
Yes, I think the objection was foundation, so I was, I guess,
Yes,
ask the
why
board.
don't you ask some foundation
Okay.
questions and then.
What was the other evidence that you discovered that corroborated Mr. Irvin's statement about leaving and coming back?
Sure. There were several witnesses that indicated that after the first volley of shots, the vehicle had left.
Objection. What other witnesses related? I mean, you can talk about what my client supposedly said, but I don't know who these people are. Why wouldn't it be hearsay?
Well, Your Honor, I guess at this point it would be for the effect on listener and how the investigation progressed, but additionally, I think there's additional evidence that I'll be having
Well,
you
it's
ask.
not offered for the truth of the matter asserted, is it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's offered for the truth of the matter asserted, so objection overruled, thank you.
Yes, there was other witnesses who indicated after the first series of shots, the black Chrysler 300 then left the scene briefly before returning. Additionally, after
Wait a
reviewing.
minute, that's offered for the truth of the matter asserted, isn't it, Ms. Bloomquist?
Your Honor, it would go to the credibility and veracity of Mr. Irvin's statement. So it's not offered for whether or not it left, it's just offered that that was in fact indicative of his statement.
For which it would depend on the truth of the matter asserted. It's
Yeah,
hearsay.
I'm not quite sure about that, how do you get that?
Your Honor, I can move on for additional evidence
Yes,
that's outside.
I would move on, I don't think you can, that is stricken, that answer is stricken. And, I do think, and any related to, from the objection of Mr. Hendrickson's last objection, not the one you just made, well, actually, I think I interrupted her, but the one he made a few moments ago, anything that came in after that is stricken from the record, because I do think it is offered for the truth of the matter asserted. So, you may move on.
So, outside of any witness statements, was there forensic digital evidence that corroborated Mr. Irvin's statement that they got in the vehicle, left, and returned?
Yes, there was.
Okay. Please explain for the court what that forensic, non-hearsay evidence is.
Yes. One of the devices located as belonging to Mr. Robinson was examined, and we were able to determine that that device connected to a Bluetooth Uconnect device, which is essentially, that is the infotainment center in an automobile, your radio. If your cell phone has the capability, if that device has the capability to connect to your cell phone to play music and navigation and such through it.
Kinda like a Bose in your house?
That would be similar,
Okay.
yes. That cellular device showed that it connected to a Uconnect system at approximately the same times this would have occurred. A Uconnect system is found in Dodge and Chrysler products.
And from your evaluation of the contents of Mr. Robinson's phone, that's where this evidence was derived, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Robinson's devices.
And so I'm showing opposing counsel People's Proposed Exhibit 19, which has previously been emailed to opposing counsel.
So I'm assuming that came from the digital search warrant, or from the search warrant of the Chrysler. That digital information came that you're just discussing.
That information came from the cell phone download of Mr. Robinson's cell phone. Your actual cell phone will show if it's trying to connect to other devices.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm approaching the witness with People's Proposed Exhibit 19. Could you identify what that is for the record?
Thank you, Ms. Please, go ahead.
Yes, I can. This is part of the cell phone extraction Cellbrite report for one of the devices of Mr. Robinson as it pertains to connecting to the Uconnect vehicle device.
And is that document a fair and accurate representation of the data extracted from Defendant Robinson's cell phone?
Yes,
I'd move for the admission of People's Exhibit 19.
No objection.
Without objection, People's 19 will be admitted into evidence.
So for purposes of the record, could you please tell the court what time that device connects to the vehicle's Bluetooth?
during the time of the incident, there's
Let's go-
several connections, so I just wanna make sure you want.
Let's stick with during the time of the incident.
Okay. This report shows on 12/6/2025 at 3:16:35 PM, the cellular phone connected to the Uconnect headset system.
And what's the significance of the connection of that device to the vehicle?
Didn't they first I'm probably asking too many questions, but didn't they first get to the home around the home of the deceased? Excuse me, yeah, well, the home of the deceased and, the last witness around 12:30 or 1:30, somewhere in there, didn't they first get?
1:30 would be a more accurate
Yeah.
representation, Your Honor, and there is actually a disconnect from that system at 1:29:14 on that day.
Okay, that's what I thought, it was around 1:30. And so, do you see any, that's why we say off means off. Your phone's gonna have to come up here, ma'am. You can give it to the deputy, and he'll give it back to you later, before you leave. Deputy Crane will take it.
I have to leave for work at 2:20.
When you're ready to leave for work,
Okay.
let him know.
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you for
It
saying,
was my work alarm.
thank you for your apology. Okay. So, was there any other connection to the device in the Chrysler between 1:30 and 3:30? Ish.
No, without looking at the full report, I do not believe so, but this is certain, this doesn't.
I
There's
thought
none
that
on
gave
here.
a list of when the connections happened.
Yes, there's none on here, Your Honor.
There
This
are
is showing no connections between 1:29 and 3:16, this
Thank
report is.
3:16. Okay, that's a little better, 3:16. Because the prior testimony didn't make it sound like they were there that long.
So at 316, the forensic cell phone data shows that there's a connection. Is that accurate?
That's correct, 316:35.
And does that indicate to you that that device has entered into that vehicle? Or at least within Bluetooth range of the vehicle?
That's correct, and the vehicle was on. The system, the Uconnect system in the vehicle was powered up to be able to connect.
Okay. Is there a subsequent disconnect of that device from the Uconnect system?
Yes, there is.
What time does that happen?
3:18:19 p.m.
Thank you.
So a little under 2 minutes after it's connected, it disconnects?
That's fair.
And would that be consistent, based on your experience with those systems, with the either the phone leaving the vehicle or the vehicle turning off?
That's true.
And that would be consistent with Mr. Robinson, or I'm sorry, Mr. Irvin's statement to you about leaving in the vehicle and returning?
Yes, that's true.
Thank you, the court is receiving Peoples 19, thank you.
What, if anything, did Mr. Irvin say was discussed in the vehicle between him and Mr. Robinson?
Mr. Irving didn't want to indicate what was discussed in the vehicle.
Did he give you a general statement about what he, let me rephrase that. Was he concerned about what you would think of him if he told you what was said in the vehicle?
Yeah, I have to apologize without listening to the specific clip. I don't know if you, I believe he might have been referring to Mr. Robinson, but there was an indication that if I were to know what had happened, that I think the word that they had used, the adjective, was monster. It would make him look like a monster or something like that.
And then what did he say happens after?
It would make them look like a monster.
That's correct.
Thank you.
To your knowledge, based on your investigation, when they leave, who is still at the Jackson home?
When they left, to my knowledge, Mr. Cameron Williams would have fled out the window, so that would have left Corey Watts, Jalen,
Who's
Kylie.
Jalen? The gentleman in the wheelchair?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so it would be Corey Williams, Jalen,
Corey Watts,
Corey Watts, sorry. Jalen,
Kevin.
and who else?
The two
children?
4-year-olds, Kylan Booker, and I apologize, the name of the second 4-year-old is escaping my memory right now.
Thank you, though, I know.
And then Mr. Joshua Fontaine.
So Mr. Irvin then told you that he and Mr. Robinson returned to the home with those occupants. He returned to the home after getting in the car.
That's correct, Mr. Irving.
Judge, I'm sorry, that's incomprehensible. Two different questions there. I'm not sure which one she's going with.
I'll clarify.
Thank you.
Did Mr. Irvin tell you what happened after they returned to the home on Jackson after they initially left?
Yes, he
that
did.
home? Okay, what did he tell you happened?
Mr. Irvin indicated that,
I'm sorry to stop you, the detective. I just want to know, Madam Prosecutor, this testimony that's being elicited, are you saying that this is admissible towards Mr. Robinson, or still we're going off of the investigative subpoena testimony?
Your Honor, at this point, Mr. Irvin's statement is solely offered for Mr. Irvin. However, I would offer it, I apologize for not making this clear, the Uconnect data evidence, though I do believe is admissible for Mr. Robinson. But as to Mr. Irvin's statements, those would be limited to Mr. Irvin.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that clear enough for you?
Yes, it is, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what did Mr. Irvin tell you happened inside the home when they returned?
yeah, Mr. Irvin indicated that him and Mr. Robinson had gone back inside the house. I believe he indicated that